Hello and welcome everyone to a new crochet and chat video. First, let's get the elephant out of the room. Yes, I am sick. I have had the flu for the past 4 days now. It has really kicked my butt. Ironically, I was just saying how I haven't been sick in so long because I really don't see people anymore now that I work at home and things. And like a week later, I got the worst flu ever. I was hoping to be better by today, but I'm still feeling pretty poopy. However, I have made the commitment to post things here every Friday, and I'm holding myself accountable. So we're going to do a cute little crochet and chat. I haven't done one of these in a while, and we're going to take it really slow. Everyone's been really kind, and they all understand. Everyone's been sick before, everyone knows, so nobody's really forcing me to do anything. I just want to make sure I'm getting the bare minimum done and taking care of myself. So we're going to sit down. I'm going to crochet what is going to be a square. I haven't crocheted anything this whole time I've been sick. I haven't felt like doing anything. My brain has just been mush. So this is the first thing I've actually done. And it's going to be maybe a tea towel. I don't know. I'm literally just crocheting for the sake of crocheting. It is nice to feel like I'm actually doing something again. Today's the first day, like I said, where I felt like I could actually do things. So this will be fun. Hopefully, we're going to keep it really easy and lighthearted. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know what this is, if you've never been here before, hi, my name is Chris, aka Knotty Bear. I'm an amigurumi designer, crocheter person, and crochet and chats are usually much more laid back, a little bit of fun. We talk about crochet things that are going on in the world, whatever I ramble on about. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to stick around. Hopefully my voice is not too annoying to listen to. Also, we have to talk about the other thing. Yes, I'm a little bit further away from the camera than normal. That is by design. I could be actually back here because last night I had a cold sore show up because that's the last thing I needed. So why wouldn't it show up? So I'm trying to keep myself further away. In contrast to that, I have decided to use the new camera we got, which if you watched last week's video, you would know we got a new vlogging camera. When I started this video, the plan was not to use it because I don't need to be seen in 4K right now. But I wanted to use the new mic, and I couldn't get it to work with my phone. And I said, you know what? Let's just have a shower. Actually, it was just a sponge bath. Put on a hat. Cover my cold sore with my little bit of beard hair and give them a show. So hopefully I don't look too terrible. It is in 4K, so hello to everyone seeing me in 4K. It also follows me, which is really cool. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm pretty happy with it. We talked about this last week. I caught it on sale. I've been waiting for this one for a while, so I'm very excited about it. So let me know what you think of this new setup. I'm excited to use it in different scenarios. Mostly I'm excited to not have a million clips of things on my phone. That'll be very exciting, just to have it on its own thing. So big changes coming. Unfortunately, this is the first video we're using it for, which I probably didn't need to. But like I said, I'm excited to just get things going on a separate thing. So anyways, I'm going to take a drink of water here real quick, because hydration is very important when you're sick. If you're new here, this is the style of video where I should be crocheting. And I don't do a lot of editing, if any at all. I might have to do a little bit. If I cough or something, I'll try and edit that out for you, because I don't think you want to sit there and listen to it. Also, my brain, like I said, is pretty fried, so I've actually written down some talking points, and we're just going to stick to those for the most part. Hopefully that'll keep me on a coherent line of thought, train of thought. So the first thing I wanted to sit and talk about is being sick and having a business, because there is no one to call into. There's no I'm sick mode on social media, unfortunately. And I've made a schedule, not just here on YouTube, but also on other platforms, where I've said this is what I'm committing to. I'll post this on this day. And sometimes I have content ready to go. I used a lot of that because we were on holidays. So I've had to kind of just put things together this week. Thankfully, like I said, you've all been great. No one's mad. It's not people that are following me or anything. You're all great. But the algorithm doesn't care. It wants to make sure that it's getting fed. And so I want to make sure I'm putting stuff out there. It's been pretty low not, I don't want to say low quality, but not my usual high standard. But anyways, I think I've been doing an okay job. This is the one I've been dreading the most just because I wanted to do something cool with this new camera. But today's the first day that I've had any energy at all, really. But here we are. What can you do about it? I'm already losing my train of thought. But yes, being sick, you can't call out. You have to keep going. It's been interesting. It's not exactly the most fun. But with that said, everyone's been cool. So I'm just taking it slow. January in general is a very slow time for small businesses. I think we're all feeling it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But something I did have to do, which I think everyone has it now. We hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, probably a few weeks ago now. So I did a 10K giveaway, which was amazing. But of course, the giveaway prizes and announcement, everything came out. I think I said I'd do it on Tuesday. I did. But that's when I was in the midst of it, of all this. So I was not feeling well. So I just said, here are the winners. It's going to take me a minute. Please give me a minute to get back to you. As of today, I think everyone should have their prizes. So thank you everyone who entered in the giveaway. Thank you everyone who followed on there. It's been a crazy time. I know social media in general right now is just a weird place to be, especially with all the politics going on, which I might talk a little bit about at the end of the video. But I'm just happy to have all that support there. So that's amazing. And lots of support here too. We're almost at 4,000 here, so that's also really good. My goal for YouTube for the year is 5,000. So if you're not following already, please consider giving me a follow. We're only 1,000 something away from that, so that's also really cool. If you have any ideas for a celebration, do you want to do a live stream? Would you want to do a giveaway here? Let me know what you're interested in the comments below. But yeah, those are the things I have kind of going on right now. Being sick sucks. I think, like I said, it's the flu. It started off very much like a virus, but it's changed. It was fever and still body aches, and then I thought I had strep throat for a bit. It's been a journey, but at least I'm getting better. One of the other things I wanted to talk about last week's video was a no-sew video, which if you didn't watch it, I'll try and leave it somewhere. I'll do my best. I'm trying to do as little editing, like I said, on this as possible, but it was, a really fun video to do. I did learn a lot, and I definitely have a new way of looking at no-sew patterns. It even got me too interested in making my own. I also have a different way of, I was thinking it was more, which I still think is a lot of newer crocheters, but I actually got shown the side of it as a time, people who are making crochet for markets, which was interesting, and how it's a time saver, which was something I wasn't really thinking of before, interestingly enough. So I had a fun little experiment there. We made 3 plushies, which if you saw it, you already know. And yeah, I kind of want to make my own now. So if you have any suggestions for patterns you'd like to see, let me know. Aside from that, what else did I write down? Like I said, I'm trying my best to keep my train of thought on point. January, like I said, has been slow. Everyone's feeling the low sales and things. I just saw someone post somewhere, I'm not even sure, probably Threads, how as a crochet artist, they feel like they need to speak out about the fact that it's just impossible to make a living, or at least this is how they feel. And they're selling crochet wearables, which I think is definitely a really hard market to be in, as is amigurumi. Listen, it's all really oversaturated, and I've seen this come up a lot. And I think when crochet got really popular, a couple years ago, it's been popular for a while, but the resurgence of it, and a lot of people jumped into it, and then a lot of people started selling it. It's a lot of people selling the same thing. It's a tough market to be in. There are a lot of those trendy items with thousands of people making them, and we're obviously in a recession right now, so it's a tough market. I would say the main thing is to, one, stop following. I know it's easy to follow trends, but you're never going to build a brand on that. You really have to be a standout somehow and make something your own. I know it's really hard to do. The other thing I would say and this is something I've really focused on, is like diversifying as much as possible. I never went into this thinking I would make a living selling crochet items. I mean, I don't actually sell any crochet items for that reason. I don't want to do physical things really. I do patterns, but even my patterns I've really noticed are not going to be my bread and butter. They are just an additional thing that I enjoy for myself, and sometimes they do well, and that's fine. But really, it's all of you connecting on places like Patreon or like content like this on YouTube that does well. My merch and things like that, like stickers and all the other things that like come together, being affiliate links and things like that. All of that added into one is much better than just one of those things would ever be. So if you're struggling right now, I would suggest looking at what else you can do. Also, what are your strengths that are different? Like for me, I have an illustration background, a graphic design background. So I play into those strengths with my merch and things like that. I'm going to take another drink of water. Because again, that sets me apart a little bit. I feel bad for people, but at the same time, you have to kind of help yourself a little bit, because if you're selling the same item, doing the same thing as 100 or thousands of other people, it's going to be really hard, especially since there are already content creators who've been doing this for years, who have their like foothold in that area, and they're the ones who are going to get these customers first, right? So it's really hard to make your name. Not that it's impossible, but you really have to set yourself apart. And back to January. January's just been really slow for everyone. I'm using it as a time to get ready for when things aren't hopefully as slow, which fingers crossed is coming soon. But in contrast to that, I will say things like my Patreon and the Discord have never been busier. So thank you for that. That's been really cool. And that's in the future what I want to build on. So it's nice to see. Especially the Discord. I wasn't sure how that was going, or going to go rather. But people seem to really enjoy it, and I'm going to make it free, I think, for all Patreon members. There's a free tier there to join. If you don't know what Discord or Patreon is, Discord is literally just like a server. It's a community. You have different like channels, they call them. They're just little like tabs, and you can, one's for posting pictures of your pets or your current whips or whatever, and people can just chit chat. I don't want to make it like just a free for all. I do want to be able to know what's going on there, so I have to figure that out still. Patreon is a little community where you can join, and you can do a free member, but if you do the paid memberships, you're already supporting me. I don't want to talk about too much in this video, but you get free patterns and access to different things. You can go check it out. I'll leave the link. But yeah, those things have been doing really well this month, so that's surprising. And, you know, I'll take it. I'm happy to grow that little community there. Like I said, that is the plan going forward. So I'm pretty happy about that. But it is upsetting to see people suffering. And I'm not trying to say that I'm like making tons of money. It is a struggle. It's a lot of work, but it's always going to be working for yourself. Like when you're sick and you don't feel like doing anything, but you have to. But there are so many benefits to it. Like I wouldn't have it any other way. Yes, I would like to make a little bit more money, and I know that's happening. It's just a slow build. I have to keep working at it, but I hated my job before. You know, I learned a lot there. There was amazing things about it, but at the end of the day, I would so much rather be doing this and just pushing myself and growing for myself and making my own way. But that's just me. Anyways, I won't yap on too much about that. So things are, you know, there's good and bad with different things. This camera is like weirding me out the way it's like following around. Let me know, do you like how it follows, or would you rather it be still? I think I can choose. The last thing I'll talk about in our little crochet and chat, what do we have, 15 minutes? It's going to be a short one, you guys, because I could already feel my voice giving up a little bit, and I want to take a nap, if I'm being honest. But I am glad that I got to pop on here for a little bit and just chat with you all. Let me know, what are you doing? What have you been working on this week? Is anyone else sick? How are you feeling? I hope you're doing okay. The last thing I'll sign off with here, and if you're not like political or you don't like coming on here to talk about politics or anything, we'll say goodbye for now. I'll see you in the next one. But I feel like anyone that has personally even a little bit of a voice or whatever, there's a word I'm looking for here that's not coming up, but you know what I mean. I can't remember the word I'm trying to think of, but anyone that has a voice or a community should speak out every once in a while about little things. You don't have to, but it just feels weird to ignore it. Like I kind of mentioned before, I mean, with the owners of Meta and all these big social media places going to the inauguration and supporting these things that are like fundamentally against what I believe in, it's difficult, especially when you run a business on them, to be like, everything's fine, buy my stuff, when it's clearly just chaos. And you have people like Elon, doing the salute, the salute that he did, and things like that. And it's just hard. Thankfully, YouTube seems to be staying out of it and doesn't seem to be bowing down to him. But it's all kind of just a mess, and it's a weird time right now. But there's just so much going on with, Trump's obviously the president now, and he is making a lot of changes. And recently, AOC, Alexandria, something Cortez, I can't remember her middle name, Ocasio or something, one of the few politicians I like and follow, American politicians, which I know I'm Canadian, but we are very affected by American politics, and a lot of those things come over here. And there have been a lot of things happening here too. But one of the things she said is, the first time a lot of people were kind of on guard against his wild, crazy antics because he was so fresh and like no one really thought, well, people didn't expect him to get in. Whereas this time, it's almost like people have become used to this craziness as like being normal, which it is absolutely not. I think people become a little bit more, is placid the word I'm thinking of? Doesn't matter, you understand what I'm saying. But there's just so many things that are happening that are like, how is this even real? And I guess what I'm just saying is, if you're feeling a little bit like things are just crazy, you're not alone. We're definitely in it together. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe it's happening. It's just a strange time. And I don't know why I wanted to talk about it. I just feel like I should. Hopefully you're feeling the same way. But maybe I'm just rambling. Anyways, I'm going to get off. I did a little bit of crochet. I don't know what this is going to be or if I'll continue up with it. But anyways, it got me through it. Thank you so much for watching. I promise that next week will be a better video. We'll be using all the new equipment again in a cooler way. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but it will be better than this. But if you watched this video, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay naughty, friends. Bye.